All right, here we go again. The Kansas City Chiefs are up against the Buffalo Bills in the playoffs. This time, it's not just any game. It's a fight for a spot in the Super Bowl. Now let's take a quick trip down memory lane. The last time the Bills played us in the playoffs with the Super Bowl ticket on the line, we beat them 38-24. That was then. This is now. Everyone's saying, "Oh, this is a new Josh Allen. It's his year." Isn't it funny how it's always his year, but he keeps losing? But hey, maybe this time he'll prove everyone right. Some folks think the Bills actually have a chance to take down the reigning Super Bowl champs. You know, the Chiefs, who are aiming for 3 titles in a row at Super Bowl 59. But let me tell you why that's not happening. In this video, I'm going to explain why the Kansas City Chiefs are going to crush the Buffalo Bills. Even if we don't completely blow them out, we're going to outplay them at every turn. Let's get into it. First, let's look at the Chiefs' offense against the Bills' defense. Now, in our divisional round win over the Texans, we didn't exactly light up the scoreboard. The final score was 23-4. Patrick Mahomes only passed for 177 yards, and the team rushed for just 50 yards. But guess what? We didn't need to do more. Why? Because our defense, special teams, and red zone game were all top-notch. One of the best things about that game? Travis Kelce. It's like the playoffs give him superpowers. He had an incredible game. 7 catches, 117 yards, and a touchdown on 8 targets. He absolutely dominated. Now, looking ahead to this game against the Bills, it's going to be a whole new level. Patrick Mahomes is ready to step up, and Andy Reid. You know he's cooking up something aggressive. This game is going to be all about big plays and smart strategies because we're not just here to win. We're here to dominate. We'll need to be aggressive against the confident Buffalo Bills. They genuinely believe they can beat us this time, and their confidence might make them dangerous. The Bills have players who can make big plays, like Xavier Worthy with his incredible speed. And don't forget Kareem Hunt. He's a versatile weapon. The Chiefs could use him in the short passing game, setting up screens and quick plays instead of just relying on the run. Pair that with Isaiah Pacheco's ability to make an impact, and we've got options to keep the Bills' defense guessing. When it comes to the matchup between the Chiefs' offense and the Bills' defense, the Chiefs clearly have the upper hand. But let's flip the script and talk about the Bills' offense versus the Chiefs' defense. The Bills have taken some inspiration from us. Call them our fanboys. They've adopted a similar strategy, spreading the ball around to multiple receivers with varied formations. They're also committed to the run game, which helps them stay balanced and set up explosive plays. Josh Allen can make those plays with either his arm or his legs, making him a real dual threat. The Bills are also dangerous with their deep shots. They've got plenty of players who can go long and make big catches. At the same time, they use shorter routes to spread the ball around, which makes them tough to cover. And let's not forget about Allen's running ability. Our defense will need to be sharp to manage both his passes and his runs. Even though the Bills' offense has its strengths, it's nothing to panic about. Why? Because our offense against their defense is where we have the clear advantage. Now, when we talk about X factors, the Chiefs have way more than the Bills. These game-changing players and moments are what set us apart and will ultimately tip the scales in our favor. The Chiefs always seem to have a surprise up their sleeve when it matters most. There's always that one player who steps up big, rising to the occasion when the pressure is on. Trust me, the Chiefs will be aiming to dominate the Bills, and they're going to do it. Let's break it down further. Special teams. The Chiefs clearly have the upper hand here. Harrison Butker is back and stronger than ever, delivering when it counts. Matt Araiza has been doing a solid job as the new punter. And don't forget, the Chiefs set the tone in their game against the Texans with strong kickoff returns right from the start. So, yeah, we've got the edge on special teams. Coaching. This one's no contest. Andy Reid is simply better at making adjustments during the game than Sean McDermott. Sure, McDermott has a solid crew this year, with coordinators like Joe Brady and Bobby Babich, or however you say it. But Reid has a secret weapon too. His longtime defensive partner, Steve Spagnuolo. Together, they bring years of experience and strategy to the table. Advantage? Chiefs. Intangibles. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The Bills are riding high on confidence. Josh Allen looks as dangerous as ever, and the team is turning the pressure of Super Bowl expectations into motivation to prove their doubters wrong. If you're being generous, you could say the Bills have the edge here in terms of mindset. But when it comes to the AFC Championship, let's be real. The Chiefs have the clear advantage. We've got home field advantage, which is huge. Arrowhead Stadium is a fortress. Plus, we're simply the more well-rounded team. No bias here, just facts. The Chiefs are set up to win. Let's face it, beating the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium is no easy task. We're one of the toughest teams to beat at home, and for good reason. We're the most well-rounded team across all three phases of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Some might say we get all the calls and non-calls when it comes to penalties. But honestly, officiating usually leans toward the home team anyway, and that's just how it goes. So, yeah, Kansas City gets a little extra edge there too. Now, Josh Allen has been knocking on the door, trying to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs for a while now. A lot of people think this might finally be his year to break through. But let's be real. Patrick Mahomes has that playoff magic, and it's back in full force. And Travis Kelce, he's still as clutch as ever, always showing up big when it counts. These two are never asleep during the playoffs. They always rise to the occasion, and this game will be no different. So, give me the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to get it done against the Buffalo Bills, no question about it. Now, I've got to give some respect to Buffalo fans. They're loyal, and I mean really loyal. For a team that disappoints them year after year, they still show up with unwavering confidence every single season. That kind of dedication is impressive, no doubt about it. But here's the thing. Beating the Chiefs in the playoffs is incredibly hard. Add in the fact that the game is at Arrowhead, and it becomes nearly impossible. Few teams have managed to pull it off. If the Bills want to knock off the Chiefs and crush our chances of a three-peat, they'll need to play an absolutely perfect game. Let me break down exactly what Buffalo will have to do to beat us. If the Bills want to beat us, here's what they'll need to do. First, they'll need to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes, no doubt. They can't let him get outside the pocket and work his magic. Keeping him contained is key. The Bills' defense will also need to limit big, explosive plays down the field. That's step one. Next, Josh Allen and the offense will need to move the ball efficiently and protect it. They cannot afford any turnovers throughout the game. Now, I'll give credit where it's due. The Bills showed they can play at an elite level, especially in their win against the Ravens. But honestly, that win was more about the Bills' defense stepping up and the Ravens shooting themselves in the foot. I can't give the Bills' offense all the credit for that one. But here's the bottom line. It's not going to be easy for Buffalo. Sure, it's not going to be a walk in the park for the Chiefs either, but the real pressure is on the Bills. You might be thinking, how is the pressure on the Bills when the Chiefs are the team aiming for a three-peat? Well, the pressure is on Buffalo because they can't afford to lose this game. Josh Allen has a ton of pressure on him. He doesn't want to be known as a playoff choker, and that's the truth. It's a similar situation to Lamar Jackson. People said Lamar had to win it all last year, and he didn't. Now, the same pressure is on Josh Allen. Allen and Lamar are kind of in the same boat. When it matters most, they don't always show up. That's the difference between them and the greats. The Bills have had our number in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, the Chiefs always seem to dominate. Just look at the last few matchups. The Chiefs beat them 3 times, in 2020, 2021, and 2023. That 2021 divisional game was a classic. The Bills nearly had us, but the Chiefs tied the game in 13 seconds and won in overtime, 42-36. Now, heading into Sunday's game at Arrowhead, the Chiefs are healthy, with the exception of Rashee Rice. We're in a great position, ready to make another run for the title. This could be the best we've seen the Chiefs play in a long time. But of course, there are things the Chiefs need to do to win. The defensive line has to control the line of scrimmage and make life difficult for Josh Allen. The offensive line needs to create some running lanes and give Patrick Mahomes enough time to find receivers down the field. For most of the season, the Chiefs' offense was struggling. Travis Kelce was constantly double-teamed, and other key players like DeAndre Hopkins, Brown, and Xavier Worthy were often held up or covered. But then, something clicked. Kelce told Mahomes on the sideline that he was getting open. After that, all of a sudden, Mahomes started finding Kelce, and the Texans kept leaving him wide open. Whoever the Bills have to defend Mahomes, they better figure out how to cover that player. Mahomes will need the game of his life, and so will Allen. But if I had to trust any quarterback to rise to the occasion for a trip to the Super Bowl, it's Patrick Mahomes. This is what he does. How many times have we seen him in this exact situation? Patrick Mahomes is made for moments like these. I mean, how many times have we been in this situation? We all know this is what Patrick Mahomes does. These are the games where he shines. But the running game will also have to be on point. We need it to be effective, no doubt. But honestly, I think this could be the Chiefs' best game of the season. Yup, you heard that right. This will be the best game we've played all year. I love what I heard someone say. Patrick Mahomes should be able to use a faster tempo, run a no-huddle offense, and call his own plays more often. That would really help him get into a better rhythm and potentially blow teams out. I'd be all for that. Now, let me be clear. This game isn't going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. I'm not getting cocky. I know the Bills are a tough team. But I believe the Chiefs can win this game if we just play like the Chiefs we know and love. If we stick to our strengths, there's no reason we shouldn't win. So, while we'll have some challenges, I'm confident that we'll execute what we need to and come out on top. Don't let the Bills outplay us. Just be the Chiefs we're used to seeing, and we should have no problem beating them. And, hey, don't worry. This isn't the last video I'll make about the Bills. I'll post another one later this week. Just before the game, I'll go over the facts I missed here and add even more great content. I'm pumped, I'm fired up, and I'm ready for the game. Let's go, Chiefs. This is your boy, Chiefs Priority, signing out. Peace.